Hi everyone! Today we're going to learn about one of the most important systems in the human body, the nervous system. So what is nervous system? The nervous system is like the body's command center. It receives information from inside and outside your body, processes it, and then tells your body what to do. It has two main parts. First is the central nervous system, or the CNS. This includes the brain and the spinal cord. Second is the peripheral nervous system, or the PNS. This includes all the nerves that branch out from the spinal cord and connect to the rest of your body. Okay, so in short, the CNS is like the control room. It makes decisions, while the PNS, or the peripheral nervous system, is like the delivery system. It carries messages to and from the body and the brain. Okay, so let's talk a little more about the central nervous system. So what is central nervous system really? So, do you know that the brain is the most complex organ in your body? It controls your thoughts, emotions, memory, and every movement you make. Now, the brain is divided into several distinct parts, each with its own specific function. First is the cerebrum. It is the largest portion of the brain and is responsible for higher level functions such as thinking, reasoning, and language. The cerebellum. It is located at the back of the brain and is responsible for coordination and balance. The brainstem, which has three regions, the midbrain, pons, and medulla oblongata. It is responsible for vital functions such as breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. Then the hypothalamus, which is in the diencephalon part. It is responsible for regulating body temperature, thirst, and sleep. Lastly, the pituitary gland, a small gland at the base of the brain and responsible for producing hormones that regulate growth and development. So the brain can be further divided into two hemispheres, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Each hemisphere is responsible for different functions. In general, the left hemisphere controls language, as well as reading, writing, logic, and problem solving, along with mathematics. The right hemisphere, in general, it controls visual information, as well as spatial awareness, emotions, social behavior, creativity, and imagination. Now, the cerebrum is also divided into four lobes, each with its own specific functions. The frontal lobe is located at the front of the cerebrum and is responsible for planning, decision-making, and problem-solving. The parietal lobe. It is located at the top of the cerebrum and is responsible for processing sensory information and language. The temporal lobe. It is located at the side of the cerebrum and is responsible for processing auditory information and memory. Lastly is the occipital lobe. It is located at the back of the cerebrum and is responsible for processing visual information. While the spinal cord acts like a highway, sending messages back and forth between the brain and the rest of the body. But these important organs need protection. That's where the meninges come in. The meninges are three layers of protective tissue that surround the brain and the spinal cord. So here they are, from outermost to innermost. First is the dura mater. This is the thick, tough outer layer. Second is the arachnoid mater. This middle layer is web-like and helps cushion the brain. Lastly, and the third, is the pia mater. This is the delicate inner layer that sticks closely to the brain and spinal cord. So between the arachnoid mater and the pia mater is a space filled with cerebrospinal fluid. This fluid protects the brain from injury, keeps it moist, and helps transport nutrients. now, let's move on to the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system includes all the nerves that go from your spinal cord to the rest of your body. Your arms, legs, organs, and even your skin. The peripheral nervous system is divided into two parts. First is the somatic nervous system, which controls voluntary movements like waving your hand. Second is the autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary actions, for example, like breathing or your heartbeat. The autonomic system has two parts. First is the sympathetic system, which gets your body ready to act like when you're scared or excited, while the parasympathetic system, the other part, which calms your body down after. Okay, so now for the neurons and neurotransmitters. Let's look at how the nervous system actually sends messages. So the main cells here are called neurons. Neurons carry electrical signals throughout your body. But here's the cool part. Neurons don't actually touch each other. Instead, they send chemical messages across tiny gaps called the synapses. These chemical messengers are called neurotransmitters. So understanding the nervous system helps us understand how we experience the world around us. So, thanks for learning with me today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.